I will go back to the Quran to do that too. There are several scenes in the Quran where it describes the reality of this worldly existence. And it always says it is game and ornament. And it says mata' al-ghurur, which I like to translate as the clutter of the ego, like the stuff. When it says ghurur, it's pride. So, and it says the mata' al-ghurur, that's the stuff of pride, like this dunya. But so it's the clutter and the garbage. Sometimes I say it's all clutter. Some of it is expensive, some of it is cheap, but at the end, it's all clutter, really. And so it's like in Surah Al-Hadid, I even got, like today, before, as we were preparing, I got the in Surah Al-Hadid, the Surah of Iron, verse 20, it says, اعلموا أنما الحياة الدنيا لعب ولهو وزينة وتفاخر بينكم وتكاثر في الأموال والأولاد كمثل غيث أعجب الكفار نباته ثم يهيج فتراه مصفرا ثم يكون حطاما وفي الآخرة عذاب شديد ومغفرة من الله ورضوان وما الحياة الدنيا إلا متاع الغرور. And I got Yusuf Ali's translation here, because this is the nature of our worldly existence. Once we know what it is, we can reposition ourselves to this reality, so that we get to exercise our position, we exercise our moral freedom, our spiritual freedom, and know that we have been placed in a very special kind of existential position that we tend to forget. And as Rumi said, he says, you're running around like a beggar after some crumbs, when God has placed you beside him near the throne and made the angels bow to you. How do you forget that? And so here in the translation, it says, اعلموا أنما الحياة. It's the word اعلموا is very important here. It's not اعرفوا, like it's not معرفة. علم has to do with science, even deeper knowledge. So it says اعلموا, like have this deeper knowledge that life of this world is but play and amusement, or entertainment. It could also be translated. Pomp and mutual boasting. Pomp, it could be, we could say, like in ornament and boasting of our external, like possessions. Mutual boasting and this competition, what the mutual boasting amongst you, and multiplying, and in rivalry, in increasing. Like I have more than you, I'm more knowledgeable. No, I have, like this constant. So like God here is telling us exactly like what dunya is. Dunya is this, it says, and it says amongst yourselves, and then he says, here's an analogy that I shall give you. Look at the rain and the growth which it brings forth, delight to the hearts. It says of kuffar. Kuffar in Arabic means those who deny truth, but also it is a reference to the peasants who plant under, like, because they cover plants with soil. So kufr means literally cover, as in English, kufr. Yeah, so it could have the double meaning that this worldly ornament, this like amazing things we see in terms of abundance and flourishing, could actually be like, could attract kuffar, just the way it attracts the peasants when they see the plants growing out from the soil. So it has this double meaning. But then it says it brings forth delight and it's beautiful. And then it says soon it withers, and you shall see to grow yellow, and it becomes dry and crumbles away. It says so is dunya. And therefore, in the hereafter, there's penalty that is severe for those who commit sin, and incredible or profound forgiveness from Allah, and good pleasure for those who were devoted to truth. And what is this life of this world but the goods and chattels and clutter of deception? Here it says, which I call the clutter of the ego. And so really this verse, I find, it is a liberating verse, because it shows you what life is, and that it's basically a game, and it says enter it. But remember the rules of the game and how it's played, and don't get, like when we sometimes play a video game or watching a movie, we get lost in it. But there's a moment when we say, oh, this is a game, or this is a movie somebody directed, I'm just watching it. And there's that momentary awakening and awareness. So the Quran is asking us to know the reality of this worldly existence, to awaken from it, so that even when we play to it, it doesn't go to our head. That's exactly what the way the Prophet came back